Hi and welcome back to Rover Restorations again. Yeah, last week I forgot to bring my camera over here, so I didn't film anything. I was going to do a quick bit on my phone, but it didn't happen in the end. But you may have seen some photos on Facebook, you may not have done. But anyway, where we are now is I've done the first head. I stripped it all down, cleaned it all up, lapped the valves in, dismantled the rockers. The shafts are in pretty good nick, so just cleaned it all up, kept it all in order, and then put the head on. And so yeah, basically what I'm going to be doing today is the same again, but this time I'll show you how I strip it down and lap the valves in and that. But although I expect most of you know how to lap valves in, to be fair. But right, yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Right, so I'm not sure what you're going to be able to see. Hopefully it's not too dark. Another thing I just had to do as well is I've just had to grind down the end of my socket, or the side of my socket, because it's an early head. It's got the shorter reach plugs in it, and my socket wouldn't fit in the gap, so I was going to buy another one, and then I got a few different sockets, so I thought no, I'll just grind one down to save a couple of quid. So yeah, that'll fit in there now, so I'll get the plugs out, but I'm not going to bother to take them out yet. I'll do that in a bit. Right, so first thing I'm going to do, get the valves out. Right, let's see if I can find something to stick under there for a minute. Hold it up a bit, that'll do. Can you see? Well, actually you can see. You should be able to see that. Right, pair of gloves. Right, so for the purposes of this video, even though it's not, but I'm going to count this end as number one and strip it down from that end. Got a bit of cardboard, my 8 holes in, keep all the valves in the same place. So yeah, I've already done this, but what I normally do is get me a little hammer and just give all the valves a little tap. Right, I'll be back in a sec. Right, yeah, so as I was saying, got me a bit of cardboard so we keep all the valves in order on here. So I'll start this end. Got a tub to put my collets in. A jar that I'm going to chuck the valve springs in, because I should fill that up with brake cleaner so they can have a bit of a clean up. Then obviously got me valve spring compressor, which isn't ideal for these. The spring caps are a bit tight on there, but it does do it, he says. Right, oh, that pinged off, didn't it? Right, there's valve spring off, and a couple of collets. I'll just keep them in that tub just so I don't lose them. That's the first valve out. The exhaust one, that one. I'll show how I'll clean them up in a bit. Right, what we might do is we might speed this up a bit. So cue the fast mode. It's not slow mo, so it's fast mode, I guess. Right, let's do it. Right, so that's it. That's all of the valve springs off, all the valves out. Just need to give it all a bit of a clean out in here. Put a wire brush bit in the drill. I'm not going to get too carried away. And the other thing that I'm going to do is I've got like a nice flat block of wood. I'm just going to gently clean this surface off. We use a bit of like WD kind of oily stuff on that. It's just to clean it off a bit and not trying to reface it or anything silly like that, you know what I mean? And that'll probably do. Get a little wipe off. A little bit more in a couple of places, but it's not bad. Basically just cleaning the dirt off. There's not any gasket because it's got a metal gasket, and that is what I'm still going to use. That's better. That'll do. I don't know what you can see, but it's just to clean the face up. You don't want anything too abrasive. That's like 400 grit. That's ideal. If I'll find a ruler, I don't know where that's gone. Oh, here it is. Yeah, because I've already been across it, all the different angles, and it is dead flat from every angle. So why would you get it skimmed? If you was having it skimmed, it'd be just for the sake of it. The only reason I did contemplate was if I was going to put composite gasket on it, because then you need to have it skimmed to make up for the difference in compression, but I'm just using the original metal gaskets, although I have got genuine Rover ones rather than the aftermarket ones that come in the head gasket kit. Right, I'll put this out of the way for a minute and then I'll clean the valves up. Right, so all I use to clean my valves up is this. Some may disagree, but see, I've got my inverter which is just connected to a battery over there somewhere, and it's enough to power this, so I don't have to have the generator running. Not the most powerful grinder, but nicely decoked. Right, so that's one of them done. See, that one's an exhaust. Normally the exhausts are worse than the inlets. Your inlets don't tend to get so crappy, but yeah, right, time for another fast mode then. Right, so I've finally got that last one cleaned up. You see they're all nice and clean now. Show you again, right. So I'm going to clean the head. in the ports. I don't think I'll really be able to show much there, so I'm just going to go and do that, and then I'll lap the valves in. Right, so we've given the head a bit of a clean up. So I'm not getting too carried away with this. We'll give it another wash off with a bit of brake cleaner in a bit. But now I need to lap the valves in. Alright, we've got a bit of our like WD kind of GT85 stuff. Got some fine, you see, some fine paste to lap it in. And somewhere here is the stick. And our stick. I'm sure you all know this anyway, but it's what I'm doing, so it's something to film. Oh, I do a bit of that. And now I know some people do it with a drill, but I always find it I can feel better just doing it by hand. I get it balanced on there a bit better. So. The other head didn't take a lot to lap in anyway, so. Do it for a little bit and we'll have a look, see what it's like. That's literally it. Got a nice, I don't know whether you can see, we've got a nice grey line around there, so and the same on the head, so that'll do for that one. I think we need some more fast mo. Put a bit of paste on this one, and then this speed it up.
Right, so that's it, that's all the valves lapped in now. You may have noticed that these two here, I had to go back and do more than once. They're okay now. Just had a couple of little pits in the seat, so, but not a lot. It's just the others all went in really nicely, so like sort of hit it once and it was done. But that one was a little bit, that one and that one needed a little bit more. Right, I'm going to go and give this a bit of a wash off, and then I've got to put it back together. I might not film putting it back together. This video is going to drag on forever actually, otherwise. One other little thing needed to do as well is here. There's actually two, one there and one there. Is your oilways up to your rocker gear. So I need to make sure they're clear. Obviously one end's blank anyway. In this case, that one, because it only feeds from the front of the engine. So on this head, it'd actually be that one. And just rod them out. As you can see, comes out by the rocker pedestal. Just so we know that we got a good flow up to the rockers, because we'll dismantle them later as well, but that's probably going to be in another video now, I think. Right, I'm going to put this back together and then we'll put the head on. Right, so I put all the valve springs back on now, so that's all ready to go back on now. I just thought I'd show you this quick. Like I said, I'm using a genuine Rover head gasket, as you can see there. And it's hard to explain, but this is the one that come in the head gasket kit. I know a lot of people use composite, but it hadn't had any problems previously, so I decided to stick with how it was. So this is the one that was on it. And I don't know, it says made in England, but beyond that it doesn't say Rover or anything on it. So, and this feels quite flimsy, but then that's probably where it's squashed the fire rings. But yeah, this just feels much better quality. Hopefully we don't have any problems. I don't think there will be. But yeah, right, so head on next. So we will be going over there to where the engine is, and we'll put the head on. Alright, so I've got my gasket. See, top. Who says? What am I being fake? Duh! That's it. I was having a thick moment then. Right, let's get this laid on it. I've bolted on it. Just like that. Well, now you've got a few different size bolts. You got 1, 2, 3. So we've got 4 short ones. We've got a little bit of oil on these. Just trying to remember myself. And these are the slightly longer ones. And I've misplaced one. The really long ones go in the middle. And the ones that go in here, these two M1s are the same length, these two M1s are the same length as this row. And now we've got to try and find the one that I've misplaced. Right, back in a minute. Turns out I hadn't misplaced it at all, it just fell out of the rag that I'd had them all set on. So that's that one. So obviously I'm not going to wind them up tight yet, just going to just take them in there until they're just touching. And then I'll have to get the book. Because I always like to go by the book when doing the heads, even though it's all opposites, but I like to do exactly as it says in the book. I'm not too worried about these front ones. These front ones are basically for show. They're only going to be nipped up to £20. Apparently it kind of cocks the cylinder head if you torque them right up. So we won't be torquing them right up tight. Right, that's them all nipped up. Right, go and get a book. Where did I do the book? Book's on the car. Book's this way. You'd think I'd be able to remember because I only done this last week on the other side. As you might be able to see, that shows the torque sequence. And it's torqued down to, when I find it, I'll bloody see it now. See, in the book it says 65 to 70, which is all these, so I'll do them about 68. I'll do them at about 45 first, and the 4 at the bottom I should do 20, even though it says 40 to 45 on the book for these. And we just do it in the sequence it shows on the book. This is 45 at the moment. Right, now I'm going to do them at 68. Then I always like to go, just click them all, just to make sure I haven't missed one, which I know I haven't, but... Right, and we just wind it down to 20, and we knit them last ones up, and that'll do. That's as far down as we torque ring to go, so I would say it's hardly even doing them.
Right, so I think I'm going to call that it for today on this video anyway. I might carry on and make another one in a minute, but we'll see how it goes. The battery's getting low anyway, so hopefully there's some use to it. Hopefully there's something useful. Right, till next time, I'll catch you later. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers, bye.